to another part of the Golden Oldies series, or Golden Oldie and Exciting Youths, which is its full title. We're into part 6, and a lot has happened since the last video, which was released on the 5th of October. It's now, day I've done this recording is 5 days later, on the 10th of October. First of all, we'll go into what's happened during part 5 and part 6 in a minute. But first of all, big thank you to everyone watching the previous 5 parts. Here is the latest viewing figures, and part 1 is still the most popular with 41 views. Then came part 3 with 35 views. Part 2 still not doing too well, 26. And then part 4 and 5, which to be fair only just been released in the last week, 25 and 17. We're getting some comments in each part. Please make some comments if you want to see what you want to see, and then I'll see if I can put it into the parts for you. And also the likes, I definitely need likes for each part, because then it improves the channel and it makes people, when more likes happen on each part, then more people actually will know more about Managersim, because it's more widely available on the YouTube search or something like that. I don't know the actual logistics to that, but I heard the more likes you have on the videos, the more people will see it, or they'll find it more. So let's keep doing that if we can. We'll go straight into the game then, into the Monaco save. And again, these are the golden oldies. The main emphasis of this save is to basically bring some older players, 30 plus, into the side and see how well they do. But there is going to be a couple of exceptions to the rules. One of them is that loanies will be brought in if they can benefit the side, like we did bring in a loanee goalie. This goalie's player here, who there we go. We brought him from Blackburn Rovers. He did get injured, but he's now starting to play some games, and he's doing all right, 6.2, which is okay, not brilliant. So he's in charge of the goalie, in charge of the goal. And we brought some extra loanies in, especially the 2 strikers are both loanies, Franco and Ukacha, and they're both having, they're starting to really do well now. Franco has scored 3 goals in his 5 appearances, and Ukacha, probably pronounced that wrong, has had 3 goals in his 6 appearances. They've both had slow starts, which suffered our league performance. It did suffer when they was trying to find out where the goal actually was. And then we had a bit unlucky with Bieber getting himself injured, and now he's been sent off. So, but he seems to be doing all right in his advanced midfield role. 6 appearances and 1 goal, 6.8 rating, which is pretty decent. But let's just quickly go through the fixtures of the side before we go into other things that's happened since part 5. As you can see, we started off losing 5-1 to Lorient, and then we beat Bologna 2-1, beat Metz 2-0, beat Lyon's reserve side, or their second side, 3-0. We then beat Nice 1-0, so we were on a nice little run there until we then lost to Rodez. And if you look at the match report, we dominated the game, but they had 1 shot, 3 shots, and 1 of them went in the goal, and we didn't score any. But I think it didn't help that Bieber was actually sent off after just 26 minutes though, so we were 10 men for a good hour of the game. So there's one of the things that happened. So if we look into the National League and where we are after 6 games played, because it's an odd number, there's only 17 teams in the National League, which is of course the 3rd tier of the French league. We've played 1 game less than a couple of our opponents above us. We've had 4 wins and 2 defeats, 9 goals scored, 7 conceded. Those 7, remember, out of those 7, 5 were against Lorient in the first game. So if you think about it, we've only conceded 2 goals now in 5 games, which is not bad at all. We've also got another human side with us, Nice, and they are who we just beaten in a recent league fixture, 1-0, and they're currently 13th. I think I never really noticed there's only been 17 teams in the national. Maybe in future there'll be 18, who knows. So what's happened since part 5 and part 6? The big thing that happened, which was Burnham thought it was a good test, was to get rid of the transfer list and the free transfer list. The reason he did that was because he wanted to, which I can understand partly, he wanted to get the top clubs like Nimes, for instance, who are doing really well in French league, as they always do, to be honest with you, under Teddy Bear, stop clubs like Nimes, not just Nimes, there's other clubs as well, nicking all the top players on free transfers and then selling them on 3 to 4 months on. I do know there's some managers out there, probably some of you watching this, who do that. You get a player off a free transfer and then 3 months later you sell them on for a massive profit. Hence why you get all these massive clubs with amazing sides like this. You can see why they're doing so well in the league names. They're such an unbeatable squad. But it would mean that, for instance, a newbie looking at this side would be so put off by this though, because they knew if they took a side in, they would probably not beat Nimes for a good 5 or 6 seasons, maybe more. But anyway, the reason why Burnham took the transfer list and free transfer list off, because he wanted to stop the bigger clubs nicking all the really good, decent free transfer players and making into super clubs, which I think the damage has been done. They're super clubs already. This is a super club. Super club, what I mean is by players who, not one of these players is a bad one, basically. And he has got 34 players in his squad, 15 academy, and he's got 6 youth players as well, 6 younger players, and even these players are really good. So it was to prevent all these super clubs by getting all these top players. So he thought, let's make a change and take transfer lists, which was a brave challenge. It felt a lot of criticism. A lot of people said yes, a lot of people said no. I was one of them who said no, and I can stress on record that at one point I was actually going to leave the game and not do the parts anymore, because I can see where Burnham was getting at. He wanted to make the scouts do a lot more work. Like Nimes have actually got some scouts. For instance, if you look at the scout here, get him to go off and do various things, scouting players, see what they can find. That's how you should. That's what. Yes, they do that in real life. They go and find out these players, see if they're transfer listed or free transfer, and go and make a bid for them or whatever. But part of my enjoyment in the game is to do the scout's job. I love going to any of these countries you see here and just clicking on the country, going to the transfer list. We'll talk about the leagues and how the leagues are getting on soon, by the way, and going into the transfer list and the free transfer list and finding out any good players that I might want for my side. Obviously, in this game world, I've actually got 2 sides. I've got my side in Sweden, who I don't talk about much on this series because that's me doing the game. Well, here we're concentrating on the Monaco series, which is different. So, as the Hamburger manager and also to some degree the Monaco manager, I go into each country and look at these players myself. I like scouting myself. That's my personal preference. Well, I know a lot of you others prefer the scouts to do the job, but I feel that the scouts are not doing their proper job at the moment. I think that's one thing that needs to be seriously looked into the game, for the scouts to come and do their job a little bit better. I think it's a bit flawed at times, but again, we are officially still in beta in this game, even though quite a few of us are paying this through Patreon. We are paying beta testers, which don't know normally goes together, but it does here. And so things might happen. Also, Ben has made an announcement in Facebook that the game could be undergoing major changes. So it'd be interesting to see what these changes will be if they do happen. Because he said visually it will change. So Managersim, as you see as it is now, which it has been like this since the early 2000s, might visually change. This might excite a lot of people, might put people off, who knows. So yes, that was the idea. He took the free transfer list and transfer list off for about 2 days. It didn't last too long because a lot of people, including myself, yes, I have to put my hand up. I did moan about this. I did not like this. He thought I was a bit over dramatic, but hey, I just did not like it, and I wanted to stress that because I'm a patron. I pay money every month to play this game, even though it is a free game. I must stress on the demo world, there's the demo server to this game, which is a carbon copy of this, but with no changes. That is free, so if you want to come in and play the game, that's where you start. But if you want to be a patron, you can come and join us here. You're more than welcome. You just have to pay a little bit of money per month. You can find out how to play by Patreon in the earlier Managersim series. It's all in there. So I'm not going to repeat myself today. So yes, he decided to get rid of the transfer list. When this transfer list thing happened, what happened is you clicked on transfer list and what appeared would have been the map of Europe. It's not, it's gone now. So it was just a 2-day quick test. So during those 2 days, everyone rushed to get scouts because scouts is the only way you can find out to get these players, and me included. And now, literally 2 days later, or 6 ticks later, I think it is, because 3 ticks a day, um, it's back. For how long, I do not know. Burnham has said he's made changes, so it's not as big as it used to be. I've personally not seen any differences. But anyway, it's nice to see the game is changing in some ways. Visually, it hasn't changed that much. These icons are newer, obviously, um, but it'd be interesting to see what these big plans that Burnham has got for the game. Let's just give you some look around the league structures and stuff for this part. Then, if we look at the current manager ranking list, top of the table is still, well, no surprise who the top six are, to be honest with you. Teddy Bear at Nimes in the Super Club, Valencia doing very well, Barcelona, Inter Milan. Fritz always does well in this game. He knows the game too well, so he knows the system. There's many of these other managers who know the system really well. They know what players they need to get. They know the system. Basically, if your player is multi-talented, multi-skill, then you'll do well. The number has been stable around 38, 39 managers. Now, this is not this could probably not be a true number of how many managers there is, because I've got a feeling there is some multiple accounts in here. Multiple accounts means one manager has got more than one side but under a different name. I am one, but all you guys know that anyway, because I do one for the YouTube series, the Monaco YouTube series. There's me there, and obviously my main account, which is at Hammarby. Now, out of these 39 managers, if there's ever multiple accounts, I would probably say there is. I do not know how many more, but I've got a feeling there is at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 more people, maybe more. So we've got 39 managers in the game. The true number of managers in this game might be down to about 30. Obviously, that is a lot lower than it used to be many years ago, when there used to be 50, 60 managers. But things change. So let's quickly go around the leagues then, as people have suggested. Can I look around the leagues and see how the leagues are getting on at the moment? So we'll always do the big 5. So England is first, and Man United under Mike are top of the table at the moment. Man United are the current champions of the Premier League, finishing first last year, third the year before, and first again. So the English league is always, the Premier League's always been an exciting one of the hardest leagues to actually take part. But as you can see there, the top 4 sides are very close at the moment, with Wigan 4th, who are under a human manager actually. Oh no, they're not under a human manager. David is 4th. Then you've got Liverpool regaining their past glories up in 3rd under Burnham. Burnham's moved over to Liverpool to bring Liverpool back to glory. With Blackburn under Andy always very consistently in the top 3, 2nd, and Mike in 1st. So that's Man United top of the Premier League. In the Championship, there is one human side, Sunderland. In League 1, there are 3, Villa, Stoke and Doncaster. It's good to see some people try to bring these sides back up the league, so good on you guys, whoever you are, because I do not recognise any of these names. So congratulations, good on you joining smaller clubs, obviously they're big clubs, but in League 1. So we go over to Germany, which is, there's not so many human managers in Germany anymore. Borussia Dortmund are top of the table under Eric. As you can see, they've always been 1st or 2nd in the last 5-6 seasons. And then Bayern Munich surprisingly have not got a human manager, by the way, and they're currently 8th. And then the only other human club is Hamburger under Johan, who's not having the best of seasons. He's normally 1st or 2nd, and he's currently 7th. But again, it's only 7 games played. In the 2nd division, only one human side, Cologne. And then we go to Italy. We do France last because obviously I'm in France myself. Italy is probably getting quite consistent as well. It's getting quite good. We've got Fritz at Inter Milan, but Fritz is having an unbeaten side, 9 games, and he's won them all, 44. So Fritz and Inter Milan and Nimes, they will always be up there in the top leagues. I think he's got a pretty good super squad. Yeah, God, look at this. Yeah. again, a newbie, if they looked at this, someone new playing this game would be so put off because they know they would never compete against sides like this, not for another 5 or 6 years, seasons, to be blunt. Yes, I am being a bit more critical in this part of the series. You have to be. You have to, you know, think of little things that you think maybe it could be done better, or maybe it could be a bit more fair on newbies. If, for instance, if a newbie came into the Patreon server, which is this one, they would struggle. I think they would struggle if they don't know the ins and outs of the game, because there's so many established names in this game now, so many established managers who do amazing jobs for their sides, and they know the game so well that a newbie would take a while for them to try to compete, I suppose. So anyway, we got Milan. There's Milan under Thiago. He's been around for a long time. Um, he used to be at Juventus actually in the old game server. So Milan at second. I'm trying to use my new mouse buttons here. Yes, that does work. Napoli under Arturo is currently third. And we got Chivio, who is under Tony, who are currently eighth. So in Serie B, have we got any human managers? None whatsoever in Serie B. Interesting. Good place for a newbie to start. We go to we now go to France, and obviously this is the Monaco challenge, of course, is to try to get into the top league and try to inflict a bit of damage on Nimes. It's not going to happen, I don't think, for quite a long time. Nimes are so good. They're way ahead, 8 points clear. Only conceded 1 goal in their 9 games and scored 45. My God, that's very impressive. Marseille are second at the moment under Paul. They've been runners up. I think with Nimes always winning the league, Marseille can kind of always finish second. How many times has Nimes won the league? Correct. Look at these transfers: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. They've been champions for the last 7 seasons. So let's look at League 2. 1 human manager and 8 Nantes, and they seem to be doing well. Congratulations, Mr. Cantona. And then the National League, where Monaco is. Again, only a 17-team league, with myself in Monaco managers 5th and Nice 13th. Now, one thing I must stress is that the friendlies, do not send any friendlies to Monaco, please. I will not accept them. The main reason is I want to concentrate on their league and cup, and because I'm playing older players, their fatigue levels will drop, I think, a lot more than players much younger. So sorry, Marseille, I know you just sent me some. Actually, maybe I might accept friendlies in December, because I know that Monaco won't be playing many games in December. So I will accept December games, but I will not accept any other games, because I know December is normally a quiet month and Monaco won't be in any international league or cup. So I will accept some December games, but I won't accept them all, because I need my players to have some rest. So I will accept those ones, because it was in a December. So we'll quickly go through the history of since the last tick. Has there been any activity? I've managed to, not really. Galmaran, my 20-year-old's been sold to a second division side in Spain for 500,000. So we've got a little bit of capital there. We've got this guy here on a free, 30-year-old defender. Pretty decent, because we were a bit low on defence. His secondary stats are okay, not brilliant, and he's actually had a good start, 6.8. So yeah, so with the free transfers and the transfer list disappearing for 2 days and now gone back appearing again, it's good to see that. Again, my enjoyment in the game is to go around looking for players on free transfer lists. I basically do the job of the scout, because I don't think the scouts do eventually do their job, but they take so long to find those players for you that I prefer actually going and find it out myself. But that's it. So this is the end of part 6. Again, if you do enjoy this game, this series, then please make a comment in the part that you see, and also send me a like. But that's it for now, and part 7 will happen in a couple of days' time. Bye everyone.